You basically have two choices when it comes to financial wealth. You either take the L's now, as in you sacrifice your lifestyle now while you're young to sock away money for the future, or you do number two, the path that most people do, which is the eking buy. In other words, instead of delaying gratification, they live, earn, spend. Live, earn, spend. They leave very little to invest. And so what happens is they drag out this process of wealth building. They're really, really slow. And it's because they're living it up as they're earning. And this is the trap that you get sucked into that actually propels you to retire worse off. So if you want to retire well, you're better off earning money today, investing it smartly today while you're young, and making those sacrifices earlier, rather than, let's say, wait until you're 50 to start worrying about retirement. So when I was 23 years old and I just got started in the workforce, I already knew that I wanted to retire early, and I retired by the time I was 28. And how I did it was essentially following this three-step process of earning a lot of money, saving a lot of money, and then investing the money. And once you do all three, you can retire sooner rather than later. And this is the problem with the mindset of, well, why don't you live it up now? Why don't you live it up while you're young? Because while you're young and you live it up and you spend all the money, your retirement is at stake. Your retirement conditions, the way that you would retire, unfortunately, you can't be young forever. You need the power of compound interest to work earlier rather than wait, like I said, until your 50s or 60s to catch up. And if you look all around you, you see people who are not retiring well. And what is the thing they all have in common? The thing they have all in common is that they took this advice of, well, live it up while you're young. You might as well enjoy life when you're young. And what happens is, if you do that, your future self suffers. So I would rather not take that chance. I'm all about making sure I leverage my youth. So when I was 23, I worked my ass off, I sacrificed, and by the time I was 28, I had the world at my feet, and I could decide what I want to do with the rest of my life at such a young age. And that is the difference between sacrificing while you're young versus eking it out, stretching it out, spending, right? This is the problem. Everything comes at a price. Everything, there is a trade-off.